Just waiting for the live video to go live. And then we'll get going. All right, we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to another weekly episode of Capture and Create. I am Create and Capture. I just came up with that name last week, so I'm still getting used to saying Create and Capture, your weekly live video show. This is 3 weeks in a row, so I'm really proud. I've done this 3 weeks in a row. This is a show that I'm committed to doing for at least through the end of this year. Every week, every Friday, around the same time. I'm gonna still be playing around with the time, but yeah, this is really cool. And today, on today's show, I have a couple things I want to talk about. The new update to Photoshop. I don't really use Photoshop, but there's one feature that I really am excited about, so I wanted to talk about that. A couple new cameras that have just come out that are interesting. I don't know if I'll ever get one, but they're interesting. And one lens that I'm thinking about getting, possibly. And so we will we'll talk about that. But first, I just want to catch up with you all. There's no one in the chat or anything right now, but so for me, this has been a crazy last week since the last time we talked. Let me see if I can show you this. I'm gonna switch cameras real quick. I'm doing this in real time, so I don't know if this will work, but this is well, it's a little blurry, but this is a new puppy that we got. Let's see if I can switch over here. There we go. This should be better, I think. Oh, this is a new puppy that we got. It's not a we didn't get him for like keeps, but this is a foster dog that we are watching, taking care of, I guess. But yeah, his name is Ghost. He is a delight to have around. I've been taking tons of pictures of him, and I've realized how much work a dog takes up. I'm just looking at my view picture here. All right, looks fine. Just how much work a dog takes up, and it's a lot. It really is a lot, and so it's been fun. We used to have two dogs, and we've fostered before. And this one, I mean, he's amazing. He's a couple weeks old, not a couple. He's like 11 weeks old or something. He's really fun. He's great. He's been a blast to have around. But he's gonna get adopted next week, and so I can't wait for him to meet his forever home. Hopefully. It's funny because I take pictures and I share pictures of the dogs that we foster. We've only fostered two, and every time I do, they always ask if they could use the pictures on their website. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like that's the job, to get them adopted. And so then a couple days ago, I went to go drop him off so he could meet like the family that's gonna foster him. And the lady asked me, she's like, "So, are you interested in getting a dog?" And I was like, "No. I like fostering, and this is why." You could see here now the previous dog we had, she was great. I actually had her for a little while, and she was wonderful. And this guy here is he's fun. He's fun to have around, and he likes to chew a lot, and so yeah, it's been a challenge. So if this week's show is a little short and a little bit more unorganized, it's because Ghost here is yeah, he should be sitting in his the bed that I brought him and gave him some toys, and yeah, he wants to chew on everything else in the room. But yeah, with as they say in showbiz, the show must go on. All right, dude, you give you. Sorry, this is live, real life, and I'm gonna give him something to chew on. It's not a cable. There you go, bud. Okay, sorry about that. So today, let's jump into what I wanted to show you all, and that's in Photoshop here, and I'm super excited about this. Let me switch over so you all can see this. All right, so this is Photoshop, and this is Photoshop 24. So if you have 23, I would update to 24, and they've added a bunch of AI stuff, which is, it is what it is. But the one thing that I've been waiting to see, I guess, is the genitor. Like, you can expand the picture, and the AI will fill in what's around it. So let me show you here on this one. And so I already have so let me start over. So this is the original picture, right? Let's say something like this of little ghost. And I'm just gonna hit done. So this was the original picture. And the one thing that I like this picture, I really like this picture, but I felt like it was cut off at the top here. And it was just a little bit too tight. So I came in here and I wanted to expand it out. So bring it up this way and bring it up this way. And then again, just to give it a little bit more breathing room. Now here's what's really cool. Without doing anything, down here, there's if you want to generate something that it can fill in, don't press anything. Just hit generate. And you will see, it's going to take a couple seconds here, but it will fill in the edges for us. And it's going to look it's going to look really good. So we're just waiting for it to finish doing it. And there you go. Like, look at this. Now, if you look really closely, yes, you can see there's a line right here. There's a line right here, which I'm sure you could fix with a little masking. But it matched the fur pretty well. Up here, you can't tell at all. And really, if you really wanted to, you could have just filled it in up top here. Even on the edges here by his feet, it filled that part in pretty well. Actually, really well. And so this is let's look at the before and after. So before and after, you even filled in the top of his ear. That's really, really good. I really like this feature. And this is like one feature out of all the features that they talked about, because I don't really do like a lot of work in Photoshop, but this was one feature that I was super excited about. Let me show you on another picture here. So this is another picture. Again, great picture of Ghost. Nice little portrait of him using this is the iPhone. But we're going to expand out. This time I'm just going to expand the one side. So let's just go like this. Kind of want, let's say like this, because I kind of want his eyes a little bit more centered. And again, we're just going to hit generate. And this one should do a little bit better job, I think. I haven't tried this one. I haven't tried it on this one yet. But it should fill it in. And you could do this with anything. There you go. Look at this. It looks really good. Now, again, if you're looking at it, if you're looking at it, really closely, you could see a line right there. But if you're not paying attention and you're just looking at the dog, which you should be, it looks really, really good. And then they have other variations, right? So if you want to see what this actually, I like this one the best. Yeah, so then before, after, that's what it filled in. And then let's come back up here and let's look at these variations, because it might do better. Ooh, I like this one. I think this is the best one. I think you get 6 variations. Nope. 3. uh, but yeah, I think this is the best one. So this is the original one. Yeah, this is better. And again, you still have the line right here, which we could fill in. Well, while we're at it, let's just try it out. We're gonna do content aware, spot healing brush, and let's just come down here. I don't know. Nope, that's not gonna work. So we'll have to do this. Let's merge these two. Control Shift E merges them. Now I probably should have merged them on a new layer, but for this demonstration it's okay. And then we'll come in here and just try to do that and see what it does. If it does anything, content aware, nothing. What am I doing? Spot healing brush. Oh, it did do it. Did it? I can't tell. Oh, okay, yes, it was just working. I don't know. A little bit. It made it a little bit softer, and you could add maybe a Gaussian blur over that. But the point is, I was able to expand the image a little bit more, give it a little bit more breathing room. And same with this one. Now, I think this one did a much better job. I wouldn't have to touch up anything. But if you look at it here, before and after, I think it looks really good. And then you save this out. This is a great picture to share with the Foster program as his profile picture now. Because, for them, what they're doing is they're, getting dogs in. They're just taking quick pictures with their phone, but they're not the greatest pictures, and there's no knock on them. They have a lot going on. And so if I could help them out, take a really nice picture, give it to them, if it wasn't centered just right, I could make this a little bit better. And there you go. This looks really good. So I'm really excited about this. Again, this is in Adobe Photoshop 24. So you'll have to update your Adobe, your Photoshop if you're on last year's version. But really super cool. There's other features that I haven't really played with, I might play with. That I will leave a link down below to Matt Kwiatkowski's video. I watched his video, and he talked about other AI generated things you can do in there. You could, if you wanted to, you could probably, you can put a little hat on your subject. If I wanted to create a circle and say generate a hat. Actually, let's try it, right? That's what we're here to do. So let me come back over here so you all can see. All right, so let's create a new layer. I don't really use Photoshop, so I'm learning this, trying to remember how to do this. I'm trying to learn how to do this again in real time. So merge layers. All right, whatever. We'll merge the layers. So now if I wanted to create a new layer and then come in here, make a little lasso, let's say, come in here and say generative fill. What would you like? Party hat. Cap locks on. Generate. And now it's going to use Adobe's Firefly, what they call their kind of like Dolly and Midjourney. They're going to use that and generate a party hat. And there you go. And again, we get several options. So if we wanted to put this one on them or do this one, I kind of like this one. All right. So yeah, there you could You could do that, and now you have a party hat on the dog. And I'm gonna say it was good. I don't want to peel all that up. Let's see. I was trying to move this for you all so you could see. Uh, let me move it. Oh, there we go. So yeah, there you go. So now you have a party hat we put on the dog. So again, really fun. Would I use this personally? No, but it looks good. All right, come back over here. So that's the Photoshop tip, I guess I want to show you. Really cool thing. And again, if you have taken portraits of people, or you have a picture you took and it was, again, just a little bit too tight, you can expand the canvas now and have it fill it in for you, and it does a pretty good job. Now, I've only tried it out with these two pictures. I haven't gone deep in like architecture or anything like that. Something with a lot of complex detail. I will say, fur is something that's pretty hard for AI to generate, and it did an okay job on the first picture, but it still has a ways to go. But again, in a pinch, or using this on a website for the animal shelter, this will be perfectly fine. All right, so now I want to talk about a couple new cameras that came out that I am super excited about. One is the new Panasonic G9 II. Now, the Panasonic G9 came out almost 5.5 years ago, and I loved that camera. It was my first like professional camera. I got that one before I got the A7 II, and I loved it. I loved it for pictures. I loved it for video. It was beefy. Because it was a micro four thirds camera, I could put lenses on there and it would give me 3 times the reach of normal, like the full frame camera, or twice the distance. Sorry, twice the focal length of a full frame camera. The only problem I had with it, and the reason why I sold it was the autofocus was okay at best. Like it it would, especially in video, it would breathe a lot, and that drove me nuts. So now they have come out with a new one with phase detect autofocus, which is 1,000 times better. I mean, it just is. It's what I'm using on the Sony A6100, and it keeps me in frame pretty well, like very well. So I'm really excited about this camera. It has 25 megapixels. It has a 5-body image stabilization. Now, the one thing I will say about the Panasonic G9, the first one, the image stabilization was insane, right? It had the pixel shift mode, so you could take 4 pictures and it would stitch it together. Now you can do that handheld, right? It's like they've done it with other cameras, I believe, but you put this on the G9, you can hand hold it to get a 100 megapixel high resolution image. When would you use that? You'd probably use it for product shots, something that you're going to blow up and you really just want like a really detailed view of like a shoelace off a shoe, or the heel off a shoe. Maybe a landscape if it's not, like, if there's no moving parts, like the wind isn't moving or anything like that. But it's really cool. It has a full size HDMI port out, so if you want to do video work like this, you can. It does have dual image card slots, so now you can take pictures and back them up right away, or you can take pictures on one, video on the other one. You can have 60 frames per second when you're shooting in the electronic mode, and then 10 frames per second if you're shooting in the mechanical mode. So again, if you're doing wildlife photography, sports photography of your kids, it's gonna be really great. It does start at $18.99, so $1,900. That's for the body only, and it is like a $200 price increase from the previous model. Again, I loved the Panasonic G9, so I'm really excited about this. Will I be getting one? No, probably not at all. Not because I don't like it or I don't want it, but $1,800 is a lot of money, and B, the cameras I have right now are really good for what I like. And for me, the reason why I switched away from micro four thirds was I just wanted more resolution from a larger sensor. So the full frame sensor and the APS-C sensor. And so that's why I'm not going to get it. But if you do use micro four thirds and you have the older Panasonic G9, which is still a great camera today, like I thought about picking one up if I could find like a used one under like $600, I would pick one up immediately because it is still really good. Just know you have to. The autofocus won't be the best, but other than that, it's a great camera. And if you're doing like talking head video and you set your focus and you don't need autofocus and like auto tracking, then yeah, it could be a great camera. Like the older camera could be a great camera. But yeah, I'm really really excited about this. It has what's insane to me is like the image stabilization, because it was already good, and then if you pair it with a lens that is image stabilized, you're gonna get 8 stops of image stabilization. So like it's mind-boggling to think what we're getting at the end of 2023 going into 2024. Like these cameras are just amazing little computers that we're shooting with, and I'm really excited about it. I'm so glad that Panasonic is still investing in the G9, the G9 line. I think it's a great camera system, and I can't wait to see what people are taking pictures with. I can't wait to see how people are using it to take pictures, and it shoots video. Like it's also a beast of a video camera. So if you want to take one device on like a trip and you want to shoot pictures and video, this is what you got. And then the other camera that I'm not gonna get, but I've always been interested in, is the Fujifilm GXF 100 Mark II. So this is their new 100 megapixel full, not even full frame, medium format camera. So here's why I'm excited about this one, is because I've always been interested in medium format for landscapes and for portrait work. And as ridiculous as it sounds, and I have no business ever wanting one, the GFX 100 Mark One, like the first one, was like my grail camera. It still is. It's the camera that if I could ever get my hands on one for an affordable price, I would totally get one. Now this one I believe starts at like $7,000, so it's not a cheap camera, or a at least for me an attainable camera. Yeah, $7,500. But it again does have 100 megapixel camera. You do have 4K 60 frames per second video. I thought I read somewhere that it was 8K, but I don't know. That's more than enough. And again, like the image processing, like all that kind of stuff. Like it's, for someone like me, there's no need for it. But I am excited because what I really want to get my hands on is years ago. Like it's old now, but Fujifilm made the Fujifilm GXF 50R, which was a 50 megapixel medium format camera, and it came in a rangefinder body. So it was like the body of the Panasonic, the Sony A6100, like that style, but bigger. And that's one that I'm keeping my antennas out for, especially for next year, because if I could find something like that, I think that would be the perfect. I'm going out to take pictures and just like have. It's not a daily carry camera because it's still a big camera compared to something like, the XF10. But if we were, going to London and Paris again, that would be a camera I would bring with me with one lens. Now, the interesting part with that, with the medium format system, is that the lenses are wider than a full frame lens. So if it's like 28 millimeter lens, it's more, I believe, more like a 21 millimeter or something like that. Don't hold me, like don't help me to it. Hey, welcome everyone who's watching. Again, if you have any questions, like leave them below. Right now, we're just talking about the new Fujifilm GFX 100 medium format camera that just came out. I have no intentions of buying that, but it is an amazing camera. I think what's really cool is that you see all the power they're putting in these medium format cameras, and you know that it's going to trickle down to Fuji's other cameras. Now, the one thing I wish Fuji would do is come out with an updated version of their pocket camera, the the XF10. So many XFs, but the XF10. This to me could be the greatest everyday carry camera that anyone's ever made. Like, I love this camera. I would use it more if it had image stabilization. Like, they don't even have to update the sensor. They should, but they don't even have to update the sensor. Just make a new one that had image stabilization, and that's all I need. Like, and maybe a viewfinder, an eyepiece. But that would be the camera that I would buy instantly. I would almost any price that they ask for, under $1,200, I would pick one up, because the XF, the 100, the whatever their street photography camera that everyone seems to buy. And my camera froze on me. Hold on. I'm going to go here. Just bear with me for 1 second, y'all. And I'm going to turn this back on. And now, hopefully, it comes back. Nope. This is not working. The sound is still going, I believe. But for whatever reason, the camera has stopped. Well, having technical problems over here, so I don't know. I guess I could finish the video like this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. My Sony camera has decided to stop working. So, yeah. So, as I was saying, the GFX XF10, the Fuji XF10 would be an amazing camera. If they came out with a Mark II, it's like, I believe 7 years old now, maybe 8 years old. So that would be awesome if they did that. I'm not holding my breath, because they probably won't, but that would be awesome. Other than that, I'm going to stop this video here so that I'm not making anyone nauseous with me holding up my phone to finish this video. I appreciate everyone who came by. Again, this is going to be a weekly show. So please, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you want to join in the chat, go ahead. I will be here next week. And then look out for my next video coming up, all about macro photography and my adventures in our local park. So that's coming up next Tuesday. And then I have some, if you want to follow me, like see the pictures I'm taking, I'm still posting over on Glass on a daily basis. So you can follow me over there. Thank you all for watching these videos. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.